Okay, welcome home. I'm your anime manga mom. Today, I'm going to be talking about what I have been watching in anime lately. I have been going a bunch of different directions, so I'm not making a lot of progress in any of them. I was watching with my son Jujutsu Kaisen. We finished that. Then we started on Sword Art Online, I guess. But he's already seen it, so I didn't want to go back and watch a show that with him that I've already seen. But then he decided we should restart Blue Exorcist. So we watched a few episodes of that, and then he's like, "No, I know what you need to watch, Mom." And so he put on Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is a Korean novel, and it's been adapted to an anime. I watched one episode, and it drops us off in action immediately. So it's already very upbeat, fast paced. You're trying to figure out what's going on, where you are. Over the course of the episode, I realized that there are these gates that have opened up. People go through them, and it's kind of like they're going on a, a gaming expedition, but it's real. They have real injuries that they obtain, and then when they come back, they still have the injuries, but they also still have the skills. And it's I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. But then when they go back and they get into the room, I see, oh, it just kind of started you off thinking it was going to be one way, but it got way different. uh, and I was riveted by the time it was finished. I was just like, okay, these are really high stakes, and this is getting very dark. And I don't know why that excited me, but anyway, it was very cool to watch. We tried to watch the second episode, but my internet cut off, so I watched one episode and like a couple of minutes of another episode, and that was it. Um, so I started watching several anime, but have been redirected by someone. Anyway, at work, I have my lunch hour. I can watch a little bit of anime sometimes, depending on what's going on. But it's got to be something short, something only I'm watching. And yeah, so I picked up Angel Beats. It's been recommended to me. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Uh, and it's something that I would see when I would watch those videos, and it would say, "Can you name this anime intro in like 10 seconds or whatever?" Every time they'd come across the Angel Beats, I'm like, "Ooh, that's pretty. I'd like to hear more of that. Maybe I should watch that one." Another one. Yeah, I've watched a few anime because of the theme song or the outro or whatever it is that they're showing. Um, but yeah, it's very pretty. Uh, it frustrates me so much. I want to wring the show's major character's neck because I guess he dies and he wakes up in this isekai world and is trying to figure out what's going on. He doesn't remember anything. Um, and there's this battle going on between a group of kids and what they call the angel. But when he goes up to the angel, she says she's not an angel. And he says, "Okay, well, prove to me that I'm dead." And so she kills him, but then he's not dead. So she did what he asked, but yet he never goes up and talks to her again. Like, he's talking to these kids who have no idea what's going on, and they're making stuff up, and they don't even know for sure, and he can tell that they don't know, but for some, and they've killed him. So it's not like that was the deal breaker, because if it was, then why is he still talking to these kids? I think there are better ways to get information than just going foolhardy into whatever you're doing just on a whim. But then there are other people, and they say that they're non-player characters, but how do you know? Like, prove it to me. Like, I need more than just, yeah, because I said so. Maybe everybody has their own thing going on. I I just but that might be part of the plot. That mystery that, hey, why aren't you guys looking deeper into this kind of thing? Might be something that they reveal later. Anyway, it just frustrates me so much the way that they're going about doing things. It's just a little too gung ho with not enough information, and I can't I can't do it. I can't. But I'm still watching. Um, what else? Oh, yes, a non-anime that I highly recommend is I've started watching Shogun. It's on Netflix. Um, if you have been around, you know how much I love like the Edo period, uh, traditional houses, Japanese houses, the gardens, the kimonos, the yukatas, all of that is so gorgeous and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah, this show comes on, and its set design is just absolutely spectacular. I love watching it because it's in English and Japanese, so I get to listen it to some Japanese, and they're more like formal, and uh, it's just like a higher speaking than I've heard. Like when you go to study, you study, traditional like tourism, just really simplistic stuff. So when I watch Shogun, there and the the men are speaking to each other. Um, who are they? They're in some sort of uh, community. Anyways, when they're speaking to each other, they just use some words that are a little bit more unfamiliar to me. So I get to hear a wider vocabulary, and I really appreciate that. They do still say some words that I know. Like if I could guess my skill level in Japanese speaking, I'd say maybe 10%. If I watch a show, I'll get a lot of like. And when I was watching The Brother's Son, uh, and they were speaking, and he it says it shows on the screen like what they said, but then it shows what the brother understood, and so all the words like disappeared, and it was just like it was a whole sentence, and now there's like 3, 5 words that are still left. And that's what it's like. But so I'm very very thankful for subtitles. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. The set design, the costuming, everything. I know I had to look up where it was shot. It was supposed to be shot in Japan, but uh, I guess that they didn't think that they were prepared enough for it, so they kind of pushed it back. And then after they pushed it back, then COVID hit, and it just made it too difficult. And so they filmed most of it in Canada. They did a little in Japan, they did a little in England, and they did a little in Canada, which is where most of the stuff you watch is shot. Actually, no, just kidding, but not really. Um, what else have I been watching? I'm still watching That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime. Um, that is one that I'm watching in English. No, I'm watching it in Japanese. I usually like to watch one in Japanese. Usually it's a rewatch. It's something that I watched in English, and one in English. What am I watching in English? Solo Leveling, and that I'm watching with my son. Um, the Angel Beats, I'm watching that by myself. And then there's the one that I binge at night. Um, Usually when I'm very tired, and that's that time I was reincarnated as a slime. There are several that I have on hold. Like I said, I started rewatching Blue Exorcist with my son, but he decided that I needed to watch Solo Leveling a lot more than I needed to rewatch Blue Exorcist. So there's just a lot of directions that I'm going with the time that I'm watching, so I'm not getting through a lot. But I really do appreciate everybody who's taken the time to encourage me to keep going in an anime, or to eh, recommend something to me. And I want to take everybody's recommendations very seriously and put in due diligence to watch. So if you have your anime recommendation, let me know. Or if you have any words of encouragement for an anime that I've started, go ahead and drop it below. And I'll talk to you next time. You keep watching what you're watching. Keep whatever project you've got going on, keep it going until you've completed it. And then you can be proud of yourself for following through. All right. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.